The noise around you. We live in a world that never sleeps, constantly buzzing with opinions, comparisons, updates, and judgments. Social media feeds overflow with curated moments of success, beauty, and perfection. News headlines scream for attention. Influencers sell you dreams. And people around you always seem to have something to say about how you should live your life. In all this noise, it's easy to lose sight of the one person who truly matters in your journey, you. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean being selfish. It means being self-aware. It means understanding that your growth, your happiness, your peace, these things are rooted in how well you tend to your own life, not how closely you watch others. The problem is, we are conditioned to compare. From childhood, we are graded against our classmates, measured against benchmarks, and evaluated in relation to others. It becomes second nature to look sideways instead of inward. But here's the truth: comparison is the thief of joy. When you measure your success against someone else's highlight reel, you sabotage your own progress. You get discouraged, you lose confidence, and worst of all, you get distracted. While you're watching someone else's path, you're standing still on your own. Imagine a runner in a race constantly looking to the side. They stumble. They slow down. They lose momentum. That's what happens every time. You divert your energy toward judging where others are, what they are doing, or what they've achieved. Life isn't a race where we all start at the same line and finish at the same time. Everyone has their own route, pace, and finish line. Some people take longer detours. Others sprint through moments you'll take time with. And that's okay. Focusing on yourself is about taking responsibility for your journey. It's about asking, what do I need to do to get better today? Instead of why is that person already ahead? It's turning the mirror toward yourself, not the window toward others. It's understanding that true success is silent, patient, and often invisible for a long time. You don't see the roots of the tree, but they are the most essential part of its strength. The people you admire didn't get where they are by watching others every step of the way. They tuned out the noise, faced their fears, embraced their flaws, and built quietly. They made mistakes, learned lessons, and stayed consistent. And most importantly, they stayed in their own lane. You have a lane too. A purpose, a vision, a journey that is uniquely yours. But you can't fulfill it if your energy is scattered, envying, resenting, or obsessing over someone else's story. This isn't a call to isolate yourself or ignore the world. It's a call to prioritize your inner world. To learn that validation from others fades, but self-respect lasts. To understand that the deepest peace comes from doing your best, not being the best. To embrace the idea that you don't have to compete when you're complete. Your only competition. It's a powerful moment when you realize your only real competition is the person you were yesterday. Not the person who bought a house at 25, not the one who got a promotion before you. Not the influencer with a perfect body. Not the friend who seems to have everything figured out. Just you versus you. Why? Because that's the only competition that truly matters. You are the only constant in your life. You live with your thoughts, your emotions, your experiences. No one else does. Others can inspire or challenge you, but they can never live your life for you. Only you know the battles you've faced. Only you understand the full weight of your story. So why let someone else's path determine your peace? Too many people live their lives chasing other people's timelines. They rush because someone else did it faster. They feel behind because someone else succeeded sooner. But when you're racing against someone else's life, you're ignoring your own rhythm. You lose the joy of the journey. You miss the lessons along the way. You burn out chasing something that was never meant for you. The truth is, everyone is on their own clock. Some people find their purpose at 18, others at 48. Some hit success early and burn out. Others build slowly and endure. Some marry young, others travel the world. Some start over at 40 and build an entirely new life. And all of that is okay. There's no universal timeline for success, happiness, love, or healing. The pressure to keep up is an illusion, created by a world that doesn't understand your purpose. So focus inward. Measure progress, not perfection. Ask yourself daily, am I better than I was yesterday? Am I learning? Am I growing? Am I showing up for myself even when no one's watching? That's what counts. You don't need to be the best, you just need to be your best. And your best evolves. It changes with time, with effort, with maturity. Give yourself permission to grow at your own pace. Don't let envy blind you. That person you're comparing yourself to, they have insecurities too. They have days when they feel lost, afraid, and unsure. The highlight reels you see are just that, highlights. No one posts their failures, their doubts, their sleepless nights. So stop comparing your real life to someone else's filtered moment. It's unfair to your journey. Instead, invest that energy in yourself. Read the books. Take the course. Rest when you need to. Push when it's time. Heal the parts of you that hurt. Build routines that serve you. Learn new skills. Drop bad habits. Start small and stay consistent. Remember, success isn't about being ahead of others. It's about being ahead of where you used to be. Confidence isn't about looking perfect. Your journey is sacred. Protect it. Nurture it. Stay focused. And most of all, trust that everything you need is already within you, waiting to grow. Waiting to shine, waiting to lead you to the life you were meant to live. The power of self-reflection. One of the most transformative tools you'll ever use in your life is self-reflection. It's quiet. It's honest. It's powerful. And it's the gateway to becoming who you're truly meant to be. But to engage in self-reflection, you must first tune out the external voices and focus on your internal world, your thoughts, your patterns, your beliefs, your truths. Most people spend more time analyzing others than they do understanding themselves. They'll judge someone's decisions, gossip about their mistakes, envy their success, yet spend no time asking, why do I react this way? Or what do I need to heal from? That's not growth. That's avoidance. When you focus on others, you create distractions. When you focus on yourself, you create transformation. Self-reflection is not about blame or self-criticism. It's about self-awareness. It's about asking deep questions: what drives me? What scares me? What are my strengths? Where am I falling short? Where do I want to go, and what's holding me back? It's about being honest with yourself, not to judge, but to understand. Growth requires truth. And truth begins with awareness. Let's be real, it's easier to criticize someone else than to admit your own flaws. It's easier to mock someone's choices than to confront your own fears. But you'll never become your best self by staying in your comfort zone of criticism. You grow when you look inward. You evolve when you stop pointing fingers and start raising your standards. Spend more time in the mirror than looking out the window. Because the mirror shows you what you can change. The window only shows you things you cannot control. You can't control how fast someone else grows. You can't control what others think, say, or achieve. But you can control your focus, your habits, your reactions, your mindset, your choices. When you shift your attention inward, everything changes. You start to realize that most of your limitations were self-imposed. That most of your suffering came from comparison and not from failure. That your peace was never out there. It was buried beneath layers of distraction and noise. Here's a hard truth: if you don't know yourself, you'll be swayed by everyone else. If you don't define your values, the world will impose its values on you. If you don't have your own goals, you'll chase someone else's. Start making time for self-reflection. Journal your thoughts. Ask hard questions. Sit in silence. Let your mind breathe. Face your fears. Forgive your past. Dream boldly. And most importantly, be honest with yourself, even if it's uncomfortable. Because the truth will set you free, but first, it will challenge you. Focusing on yourself is not a one-time act. It's a daily choice. A commitment to be better, not bitter. To grow, not to gossip. To evolve, not to envy. And every day that you choose yourself, not in arrogance, but in authenticity, you take one more step toward the life you were born to live. Energy is currency. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Where you spend it determines what you create. Yet far too often, we waste it on things that don't build us, like worrying about others, seeking approval, or trying to control outcomes beyond our reach. When you focus on yourself, you learn to protect your energy like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Think about how many hours you've spent scrolling, comparing, or criticizing. How many moments you've given away to people who didn't deserve them. How many emotional investments you've made in opinions that didn't serve your growth. Now imagine if that same energy had been spent on your vision, your health, your peace, or your personal goals. Imagine how far you'd be right now. Every day, you make a choice to invest your energy outward or inward. The outward focus gives you stress, insecurity, and distraction. The inward focus gives you strength, stability, and purpose. That doesn't mean ignoring others. It means being wise enough to know when your attention is being drained instead of directed. Start setting boundaries. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. You don't have to explain yourself to everyone. You don't owe your peace to people who only bring you chaos. You don't have to respond to every comment, attend every drama, or chase every approval. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay silent and stay focused. Remember, your energy creates your reality. If you want a better reality, manage your energy better. Feed your mind good thoughts. Feed your body good fuel. Surround yourself with people who lift you, not limit you. Spend time doing things that align with your goals. And cut off anything that constantly pulls you away from your path, whether it's habits, people, or distractions. You can't build a peaceful life with a chaotic mind. You can't reach your potential when your attention is scattered. You can't heal, grow, or rise if your energy is always being hijacked by what everyone else is doing. This is why focus is so important. What you focus on expands. If you focus on lack, you'll feel empty. If you focus on what others have, you'll feel behind. If you focus on your past, you'll stay stuck. But if you focus on your growth, you'll move forward. If you focus on your blessings, you'll feel fulfilled. The key to success isn't just hard work, it's aligned work. When your actions, thoughts, and goals are all flowing in the same direction. So today, ask yourself, where is my energy going? Is it building me or breaking me? Is it helping me rise or keeping me stuck? If it's not serving your growth, it's time to let it go. Your energy is sacred. Don't waste it trying to keep up with people who aren't even running your race. Don't waste it chasing validation from people who don't even value themselves. Your job is to grow, to rise, to become, to live. And that begins with protecting your energy and focusing it fully on you. The trap of approval. Approval is addictive. From an early age, we learn to seek it from parents, teachers, friends, and eventually, society. We start measuring our worth based on how others react to us. A compliment makes us feel high. A criticism makes us question ourselves. And before we know it, our self-image is built not from within, but from the feedback of others. That's a dangerous place to live. When you depend on approval, you lose authenticity. You stop being true to yourself and start performing for acceptance. You edit your personality. You hide your truth. You shrink your dreams to avoid judgment. You say yes when you want to say no, just to be liked. But at what cost? Focusing on others' opinions is like trying to build your house on quicksand. One shift, one rumor, one disapproval, and everything crumbles. Because approval is fragile. One moment they love you, the next they misunderstand you. That's why you must ground your life in self-approval first. This doesn't mean you become arrogant or stop caring about people. It means you stop living for their applause. You live for your purpose. You live for your peace. You live in a way that feels right to your soul, even if others don't understand it yet. Here's the truth: not everyone will like you, and that's okay. You're not for everyone, and everyone is not for you. The more you try to be liked by all, the more you betray your own essence. The people who are truly meant for you will accept you as you are, not for how well you fit into their expectations. Stop filtering your light to make others comfortable in their shadows. Stop editing your truth to avoid conflict. Stop doubting your path just because someone else doesn't see your vision. Some people won't get it, not because it's wrong, but because it's not theirs to get. Your journey is yours, and your validation should come from your own reflection, not someone else's opinion. Do you like who you are becoming? Do you respect the way you live? Are you aligned with your values even when no one's watching? That's real approval. That's what lasts. The irony is, when you stop chasing approval and start living authentically, you attract the kind of respect that can't be demanded. People feel your truth. They see your confidence. And they respect your courage to be you. But even if they don't, you'll be at peace. Because your worth is no longer on trial. You've already accepted yourself. And that's the greatest freedom you'll ever know. So today, let go of the need to please. Let go of the fear of rejection. Let go of the need to prove anything. You are not here to perform. You are here to be. And the more you honor that truth, the more powerful, peaceful, and purposeful your life will become. The freedom of letting go. Letting go is one of the hardest, yet most liberating things you'll ever do. Letting go of resentment. Letting go of comparison. Letting go of expectations. Letting go of people who no longer align with your path. These things take courage, not because you're weak, but because you're ready to be free. Freedom doesn't always look like something grand. Sometimes it looks like a quiet mind, a healed heart, a morning when you wake up and don't feel the weight of proving anything to anyone. That's the kind of freedom that comes from focusing on yourself, not as a form of escape, but as a form of empowerment. You don't have to carry everything. You don't have to hold on to every comment, every judgment, every mistake. The past is not a life sentence. What matters most is what you're doing now and where you're headed. But you can't move forward while dragging the weight of what was never meant to stay. Letting go is also about detaching from the lives of others. It's about releasing the need to measure your journey against theirs. Someone else's pace doesn't define your progress. Their chapter doesn't cancel out your own. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be to learn what you need to learn and become who you're meant to become. When you focus on others, you often carry emotions that don't belong to you: envy, insecurity, anger, even shame. But when you let go, you make space. Space for joy. Space for clarity. Space for you. Focus on your healing, your habits, your purpose, your peace. Pour your energy into becoming the version of you that you respect, not one shaped by competition or comparison. Because at the end of the day, it's not about who's ahead of you. It's about whether you've grown beyond who you used to be. Letting go also means forgiving yourself. Yes, you've made mistakes. Yes, you've fallen short. But who hasn't? Growth isn't about perfection, it's about progress. And progress requires patience, compassion, and forgiveness. You deserve that. Let go of the timeline you thought your life would follow. Life is not a script, it's a journey. And some of the best parts happen when the plans fall apart and you're forced to rebuild from the ashes. There is peace in surrender. Not giving up, but letting go of control over things that are not yours to carry. Not everything needs your reaction. Not everyone deserves your explanation. Not every moment needs to be perfect. You are allowed to protect your peace without apologizing for it. So today, breathe deeply. Reflect honestly. And ask yourself, what do I need to let go of to move forward? Then take one step, even a small one, toward that release. Every step you take away from comparison is a step closer to peace. Every step away from judgment is a step toward growth. Every step away from trying to be someone else is a return to yourself. And that's where your true power lies, not in being more like them, but in becoming more of you. The inner game. Success, happiness, and peace, they all begin in one place, your mind. The way you think determines the way you live. And yet, many people lose the game before they even begin because they've allowed their thoughts to be shaped by what others think, do, or say. To truly focus on yourself, you must understand life is an inner game. External wins are meaningless if your mind is your greatest enemy. That's why building a strong mindset is not optional, it's essential. A focused mind doesn't chase every distraction. A disciplined mind doesn't crumble in comparison. A self-aware mind doesn't seek constant validation. And a peaceful mind knows how to stay grounded even in chaos. These are the muscles you develop when you stop worrying about others and start working on yourself. Ask yourself, what are the dominant thoughts I carry every day? Are they empowering me or limiting me? Am I fueling my fears or my potential? You cannot expect a great life if your thoughts are filled with doubt, envy, and negativity. Start reprogramming your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself with encouragement, not criticism. Tell yourself you are capable, even if you feel afraid. Remind yourself that progress is more important than perfection. Affirm your worth, not based on what others think, but on who you choose to become. Every time you catch yourself comparing or doubting, stop and redirect. Say, that's not my path. I am on my own journey, and I trust it. This shift in focus, from outward noise to inward truth, is how you reclaim your power. It's also important to surround yourself with people who support your inner game. Not everyone will understand your mindset shift. Some will try to pull you back into the drama, the gossip, the comparison trap. Love them, but don't let them lead you. Protect your mental environment the same way you protect your physical one. If someone was constantly polluting your home, you'd remove them. Do the same with your mind. Feed your mind with books that inspire you, conversations that challenge you, and habits that ground you. Create a daily practice of mindfulness, whether it's journaling, meditation, or silent reflection. These moments aren't a luxury. They are your reset button. They help you clear the noise and remember who you are. Because that's what this journey is really about, remembering yourself. Not the version shaped by expectations or fear, but the real you. The one who is creative, resilient, unique, and enough. The one who has dreams, talents, and a voice worth using. The more you focus on yourself, the more you come back home to that version of you. You stop performing and start living. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop doubting and start building. Not from pressure, but from purpose. This is the inner game. The one where your peace, your power, and your focus come from within, and where no one else has the controls but you. Building daily discipline. Success doesn't come from inspiration alone, it's built on discipline. And discipline, unlike motivation, doesn't depend on how you feel. It's the decision to show up again and again for your own growth, regardless of the noise around you. That's the foundation of focusing on yourself, choosing consistency over comparison. It's easy to watch others and feel behind. It's easy to look at someone's highlight reel and think, I could never do that. But what you don't see is the quiet work behind the scenes, the early mornings, the missed parties, the failures, the persistence. Discipline is the invisible force behind every great achievement. And it's built by focusing on you, not them. You don't need to change your life overnight. What you need is to commit to small, daily actions that bring you closer to who you want to become. That might mean waking up a little earlier, or putting your phone down to read, or exercising when you don't feel like it, or writing even when you think no one's watching. The key is to build rituals that serve your future, not your distractions. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you win. You silence the noise. You build confidence. You start trusting yourself. And self-trust is everything, because when you trust yourself, you stop needing constant reassurance from others. You become your own source of strength. Here's the truth: discipline won't always feel good in the moment, but it will always feel good in the long run. There will be days when you want to quit. Days when no one claps for you. Days when progress feels invisible. But that's when you grow the most. Not when it's easy, but when it's hard and you show up anyway. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Just start. Build one habit. Keep one promise to yourself. And watch how that momentum begins to shift your identity. Suddenly, you're not someone who wants to change, you're someone who does the work. That's power. And when you stay consistent, the comparison starts to fade. You're too busy building to worry about who's watching. Too focused on progress to care who's ahead. You stop seeking motivation and start becoming the reason others feel inspired. But the difference is you don't do it for them. You do it for you. Discipline is love in action. Love for your goals. Love for your future self. Love for the person you're becoming. And it is earned, not inherited. No one can give it to you. You build it one day, one decision, one discipline at a time. So ask yourself, what do I need to do today that my future self will thank me for? What habits, routines, or boundaries will help me stay aligned with my goals? Then show up. Not perfectly, but consistently. Because greatness isn't found in the big moments. It's forged in the small ones. The ones no one sees. The ones where you choose yourself. Again and again. No matter what's happening around you. Embracing your unique journey. No two lives are the same. No two stories are identical. And no two people are designed to follow the same path. When you truly understand this, you stop wasting energy trying to copy someone else's formula. You stop looking sideways and start walking forward in your own lane. With your own pace, for your own reasons. Focusing on yourself means honoring your unique journey. Not the one society expects. Not the one that looks best on social media. But the one that's right for you. The one that aligns with your values, your passions, your purpose. Because fulfillment doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from standing out as your authentic self. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not missing out. You are on a path that is unfolding exactly as it should, with its highs, its lows, its delays, and its detours. All of it is shaping you. All of it is preparing you. Even the parts that don't make sense right now. Comparison will always tell you you should be further. But reflection will remind you, look how far you've come. That's the power of self-focus. It brings gratitude into your journey. It helps you see growth instead of gaps. And it teaches you that progress is not about speed, it's about direction. So stop asking, am I doing enough compared to them? And start asking, am I moving in the right direction for me? That's the only comparison that matters, who you were yesterday versus who you're becoming today. And remember, your path may not always be visible to others. People might question your decisions. They might not understand your timing. But that's okay. They don't need to. It's not their journey. It's yours. And the most powerful thing you can do is stay loyal to it, even in silence. Some people will take shortcuts. Some will get lucky. Some will succeed by different rules. Don't let that distract you. Shortcuts often come with hidden costs. What you build with patience, integrity, and focus will last longer than anything gained through imitation or rush. Your story is still being written. Your moment is still unfolding. And as long as you're alive, you are not done. There are still mountains to climb, still lessons to learn. Still victories to earn, but only if you stay focused on your own page. So walk your path with pride. Own your timing. Respect your process. And when it gets hard, because it will, remind yourself, this is my chapter. And I won't let someone else's story rewrite mine. Every time you embrace your own pace, you become more grounded. Every time you celebrate your own growth, you build confidence. Every time you silence the noise, you amplify your voice. This journey is yours. Make it count. Not by rushing. Not by imitating. But by rising fully, fiercely, and authentically as only you can. The power of becoming. And now we arrive at the final truth: life isn't about proving. It's about becoming. All the energy you've spent watching others, chasing validation, or fearing judgment, that energy was never wasted, but it was misdirected. The real power begins when you turn that energy inward. When you ask, who do I want to be? And then devote your life to becoming that person, not for show. Not for status, but for you. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean you're selfish. It means you're serious about your growth, your healing, your happiness, your purpose. It means you recognize that in a world full of distractions, the most courageous thing you can do is stay grounded in your truth. Because this journey isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than the version of you who used to shrink, settle, or self-destruct. It's about waking up with intention, moving through your day with purpose, and going to bed with peace. You don't have to prove your worth through noise. You prove it through presence. Through how you show up for yourself, for your goals, for your life. Not perfectly, but powerfully. Let this be your reminder. You don't need permission to grow. You don't need approval to evolve. You don't need an audience to be worthy. You just need to be committed. Committed to the quiet work. Committed to healing your wounds. Committed to breaking your patterns. Committed to honoring your calling, even when no one else sees it. Because in time, they will. They'll see the glow in your eyes, the strength in your walk, the peace in your voice. They'll wonder what changed. And the answer will be simple: you finally started focusing on yourself. You stopped playing small. You stopped letting fear win. You stopped chasing what wasn't meant for you, and started attracting what was aligned with you. You became the person you once needed. The one you used to only imagine. The one who now walks with purpose, unshaken by the world. Focus not on noise, but on becoming. This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Your future doesn't live in the hands of others, it lives in your choices, your focus, your courage. So close the chapter on comparison. Turn the page on doubt. And write your next season with clarity, conviction, and care. Because it's yours to write. No one else can live your life for you. No one else can fulfill your purpose. And no one else can rise for you. You are not here to blend in. You are here to rise up. You are not here to copy. You are here to create. You are not here to watch others live. You are here to live fully. So go with vision in your heart, fire in your soul, and focus in your eyes. The world doesn't need another imitation. It needs you, fully focused, fully grounded, and finally becoming everything you were born to be.